Thank you for joining us in these unusual circumstances. I just want to outline so you've got an idea about what the course is. Hopefully you're already considering it, but we can have a look at what the course is, what it looks at, and that will kind of help you with making your decisions about what A-levels to take. One of the questions kind of is, what is politics? Well, realistically, politics is the study of government, political decision-making, and the relationship between the governed, the people, and those who hold power. So, in other words, politics is looking at who makes the decisions in the UK and when we look at it in America, and what influence do those whom the decisions affect have in making sure that the decisions aren't tyrannical or dictatorial, or that the decisions aren't just unfair and infringe upon our rights. And so we will look, that's something to look at. So what exactly then do we look at? Well, we will look at a little bit of this guy. Obviously, that is our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. We will spend some time in the second year looking at this guy, that is Donald Trump, the American president. We will spend some time looking at this is Parliament and the decisions that they make and how they affect us and how we can influence them. And we will spend some time looking at various different political parties, both in the UK and then in the second year in the US. We will look at voting and participation and the way in which we can actually help to choose or select who gets to make that power. And then we will also be looking at protests and pressure groups and marches and other ways other than voting that we, the people, are going to be able to influence the way that government acts, Parliament acts, and decisions are made. So the course itself is the politics course from the Edexcel exam board. It is a 100% essay and examination course. There is no coursework. And the exams take place. There are 3 exams at the end of 2 years. It is a 2-year linear course. Your formal exams will take place at the end of that second year, and they will each be 2 hours long. Obviously, we will, throughout the year, provide support in terms of mocks and other assessments, but that is how you'll be assessed. As you can see, a variety of questions, mainly all are evaluative essay based. So you got 30-mark source questions, you got 30-mark non-source questions, and then 24-mark political ideas questions, and two 12-mark comparative questions spread across the different exams. The course structure looks at 3 elements. In year 1, we look at UK democracy and participation. We look at core political ideas, and we look at UK government. And the kind of questions we'll look at, as you can see there, how have the reforms that have taken place in the UK, so reforms to the House of Lords, reforms to voting, power given to Scotland, how effectively have they changed the UK? We'll look at the power of the UK Supreme Court, the power of Prime Minister, and we'll look overall at how democratic are the institutions of the UK. And then we'll also look at ideologies. So we look at things like, do liberals share the same view on the state? And how far do Conservatives agree on the economy and other factors? Second year, we look at America. We do start the year with another political idea. We look at anarchism as our non-core political idea. Then we look at US government and politics, many of the same ideas as we do with the UK. And then we also do some comparative politics, which is where we will take UK political ideas and we'll compare them with US political ideas. So we'll compare the Prime Minister with the President. We'll compare Congress to Parliament. We'll compare the Supreme Courts of both countries. And again, the kind of things there, similar sorts of questions, really. How is the President really the most powerful figure in America or even the world? How effectively do Congress limit the President's power? How united in view and opinion are Republicans and Democrats? And then, has affirmative action and race-based policy been a success in America, looking at both what that is, what it's done, and how well America deals with racial political issues. So those are kind of some of the key ideas we look at there. The overall course is structured in that way in terms of there are 3 different exams. They match up with component 1, component 2, and component 3. And you can see that is how they're broken up, and a bit more detail on what we look at. So with politics, we look at democracy, we look at voting, we look at elections, we look at parties, we look at behaviour we look at voting behaviour, we look at the media influence, and then in UK government, we look at the Constitution, the Prime Minister, Parliament, and then we look at the relationship between the different branches, including the Supreme Court. And then pretty much year 2 is many of the same ideas, but looking at them over the Atlantic in America. So looking at kind of the US Constitution, the Congress, which is basically the Parliament of the US, presidency, Supreme Court, and then democratic aspects in America. And then, of course, as I said, we take those ideas and we compare them with the UK, similar themes and ideas. Again, just as a kind of note as well, in case you're interested, as well as obviously a wide-ranging opportunities to go into various degree subjects, either with humanities, with politics, or even non-politics related degrees. Politics is going to be useful, and then there are some of the jobs or roles or areas of study that you might consider outside of politics, international relations, and related. So job opportunities in the civil service, job opportunities in the diplomatic and foreign service, in public affairs, in journalism, in publishing, in social research and investigation, in political or intelligence risk analysis. That's looking at the way what the impact of decisions and what influence they're going to have, in banking, insurance and accounting, in teaching, in law firm or legal work, law degrees and the related aspects there. And then, of course, we've got criminology, politics, international relations, human rights are also key areas that you will be, politics will equip you and enable you to explore. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, again, I realise this virtual environment's a little bit strange, so I will just add that is the end of this session. I hope it was informative and helped to just identify the areas and the ideas of these subjects that you might and would hopefully be interested in taking forward in helping you to choose your A-levels. Again, thanks once again.